High, high school education dealing with depression and anxiety. Introduction. Depression and anxiety have increased dramatically for teenagers in recent years, especially during their high school education. During this time, it's fairly common for both males and females to experience symptoms of anxiety and depression, some moderate and some more severe. This can be caused by a variety of factors, including but not limited to the following triggers. Objectives. The objectives of the study were to determine the frequencies of depression, anxiety, and stress among high school education and to determine the association between depression and anxiety. Social media. Modern teenagers spend a large amount of time on social media throughout the day, connecting with their friends and family. While at first glance, this seems as though it's harmless. The reality, the reality that social media often contributes to the social anxiety symptoms that teens experience, as they find themselves comparing their accomplishment to those of the other teens in their peer group. In addition, social media, texting, and networking apps can be easy methods for teenagers to use to bully one another aside of school hours. This can contribute to depression and anxiety in teens as well. If you find that your teen is being bullied, you may need to take action to help keep them safe. School pressure. Another issue that teenagers struggle with during their...
Excuse me, Maris.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just one by one enumerate those? And then if you don't, if there's a vague or it's not clear, we can ask you how to
Okay.
elaborate. Those common
Common.
common cause.
Common cause yung sa social
Just
media.
enumerate those. Don't need to elaborate.
Okay.
The last one is school pressure.
School pressures.
Huwag mo nang basahin yun.
Sige, okay.
What is depression?
What is depression? Depression is a common
Yun lang
anxiety.
yung dalawa lang yun.
Oo, dalawa lang yung inano
Social
namin.
media
Social
and then
media and then
pressures.
school pressures.
Parang nung sinabi ninyo, cause din yung family problem.
Oo, kasi nasabi na namin yun, so...
No, you have to repeat because this is the final. Enumerate nyo lahat yung mga nagiging rason ng pagka-depress ng mga estudyante. Di ba? Sabi nyo noon, family problem.
Teka lang yun.
Yung
Ay, hindi na isang
Andito
cellphone mo.
Andito na siya sa
Love
risk factors of depression.
Oo.
Nasa
risk
factors.
Nasa risk factors of depression na siya, ma'am. Yung sa biochemistry.
Kumbaga parang introduction pa lang sila, ma'am.
Oo.
Pumunta ka na dun sa risk.
Risk factors of
What is
depression.
Sige na, jump up.
Risk factors of depression. Depression can affect anyone, even a person who appears to live in relatively ideal circumstances. Several factors can play a role in depression. Biochemistry, genetics, personality, environmental factors. Statistic on depression. Between 20% and 30% of adolescents report symptoms of depression, while depression once was considered an adult affliction. The mean age of onset today is 15. Almost 9% of high school students have attempted suicide in the past year. Early diagnosis and treatment of mental health disorder increase the likelihood that the teenager can live a productive adult life. Most prevalent adolescence disorders are treatable, but the delivery of treatment is by no means assured. School
Volume 5, please.
Volume pa.
Para kasi inaano ko yung
Ayaw habulay.
inaano ko kasi yung
Kaya yan.
Schools, wag mong dibdibin yung nangyari.
Magkakabalikan din kayo. Schools are the de facto.
schools are de facto mental health service delivery system for children and adolescents. But the level of service available is poor and varies widely. Of 2,000 schools surveyed as part of a study titled Treating and Preventing Adolescents' Mental Health Disorder, What We Know and What We Don't Know, published in 2005, slightly more than half had full-time access to a mental health professional, primary care physician, who can serve as a gateway to specialized treatment, often are inadequate trained to identify and diagnose mental health problems. Many physicians express low confidence in their abilities to detect mental disorders among adolescents in their care.
So we already aware that having a depression, sometimes they commit suicide.
Suicide,
right?
yes.
So that's the scary
Most scary,
the most
most scary.
scary thing will
So
happen.
my
will happen.
question is,
The most.
among those factors, right,
Diba sinabi
that
natin
triggers
yung
depression to
Yung sinabi nila
students,
yung
especially high school,
disadvantage natin yan.
which one is the common factor? Is it about family issues or what? Bullying
ma'am.
issues? Ano yung mga
Personality and
Environmental
Environmental
factors.
factors.
Because the environmental factors
Can-
concludes the school, the family, the community where they live,
Yes.
including
Oh.
the social
environment
medias.
as it's
Yes.
general.
It's
Yes,
general,
ma'am.
yes.
People around them,
Yes,
society, how
society.
people treat them.
Yes. How to be
Their exposure to
education.
violence, their neglect, the abuse, or the poverty of, and then it makes
By
people
the way,
vulnerable.
What's your methodology? Did you also gather, did you have any variables? You ask respondents or you just read online? How you conduct your research?
We sent out some questionnaires to survey, but this questionnaire we think, ma'am, is deals only with like
Can you mention
Are
at
they-
least 2 questions?
number one is all the tasks you have performed are taking much more time than usual. Those are, ma'am, is like we're trying to find out if this person have a depression or how they answer it. So we find out how.
Can you please repeat?
It's like number one is all the tasks you have performed are taking much more time than usual. The choices are A, completely agree, B, somewhat agree, C, neutral, D, somewhat disagree, E, completely disagree. So we're
you're
trying to
asking
find
the
out.
respondents how long they finish their task. Is it?
Yes, ma'am, because it's also like if you're having some depression, maybe they are depressed but they also don't know it. They're also confused on why we cannot concentrate in doing this task.
So
Why-
it might take long like that.
Yes.
Yes.
In that way, maybe in that way, they also realize that there's something wrong, that they also need some help. So in that way also they may be able to reach out to somebody to help them out. But we just try this just simple questions that we're trying to find out if they have or they don't have, or are
So
they on the way.
With that question, how can you detect if that student or that high school student is
It's the percentage of their answer, ma'am.
Their answer, yeah.
What's
If
the
most of the
percentage
things-
that we can say they are in depression?
Actually, no. Mostly is not.
You stand up in your
Ah.
answer.
Actually, mostly of the answers are not. They don't have that kind of the depression,
yeah.
ma'am. Because depression is sometimes.
They hide it.
They hide it. You don't
You can parang hindi
siya
mo
madaling
na accept,
aminin.
ma'am.
Hindi siya madaling aminin na may depression
Yes,
ka.
ma'am.
In denial.
In denial, yes, ma'am. Galing ni Perry.
Doon ka naman sa kanila.
Because, well, kasi di ba ma'am, pag when someone asks, if someone will, yung magsabi na magpatingin ka sa psychiatrist, sasabihin agad nila, hindi ako baliw.
Yun. Yung pinaka
So,
first
parang ayaw
expression
nilang
nila.
Ayaw nilang tanggapin.
tanggapin na kailangan na nila magpatingin.
Yes, I have a friend.
Kailangan na natin.
I have a friend. Ayaw niya ipaalam sa pamilya niya. Ayaw ipaalam kanya.
So, mostly of the
most of the time.
answers
Kasi
in these
nangyari
questions
talaga
are,
Magandang ano kaya yan?
walang, it's no,
Okay.
Wala siyang
Significance.
specific.
Significance.
significance
No
to the
significance.
mostly sagot no no and agree to ano.
Kasi i-deny nila.
Parang
Kasi
neutral lang yung
hindi
sinasagot
sila-
palagi. Our
Psychologist.
Yes.
Alam yun. yung
No, it's
Balik tayo
because
kay, balik tayo kay Maricel kasi kailangan natin mag-move forward.
Yes.
Kasi sa amin palang
So,
1 hour.
sinagot na niya yung question ko, common cause of depression, tinulungan siya ng groupmate niya, environment,
Environment,
Kasi bibilis mo.
Salamat sa mga groupmate, nagkaroon ka ng great eyes.
oh, sabi mo kasi we need to
You need to group work.
So, who's the next presenter?
Tapos na ba tayo?
Si Majo.
Imadjo. Ikaw na.
Ikaw, Majo. Basa ka na. Para't matapos na.
Mag-jump up ka na sa ano na lang.
Dito ako,
Dito
diba?
sample treatment.
Sample treatment.
This is sample treatment.
Sample treatment plan for depression.
So, sample trip, mayroon naman tayo na-detect na depressed, paano natin iti-treat?
O dito.
Paano natin,
This is for depression alone.
for depression na, for depressed, student. Paano?
The following plan gives you a general outline of what you can expect from counseling therapy for the depression. So, we won't necessarily work on all of these areas, and the nature of what we cover and the order we do it in will vary from person to person depending on the main issues you're struggling with and what you want to get out of our work together. Often people come to therapy as the result of a specific event of circumstance that triggered feeling of depression. If this is the case, the first thing we do is explore strategies to help you deal with and get through your current situation and get some relief from any pain or distress it's causing you. In addition to helping you deal with any immediate issue that are contributing to your depression. When you are depressed, there tend to be 3 general aspects of your life that we need to address, like behavior, thoughts, and emotion. We usually work on this in order below. Behaviors. When you're depressed, your level of activity can decrease a great deal and you can find yourself avoiding a lot of activities.
Because we already aware the behavior
Yes,
of
ma'am,
the
behavior.
person. I just
So,
want to ask a question and then we can move to the other presenter. Because you discuss about the counseling, right?
Yes, ma'am.
About counseling or treating these depressed students. You as future educator, if you encounter a depressed student, how are you going to handle? Like for instance, you see your students just sitting in the corner. How are you going to handle?
Ma'am, me as a educator, maybe if I see that behaviors, sign of behaviors that she has this kind of depression, because maybe in the future, if I am an educator, I will have, I can sense the sign. So I need to,
What are you going to do?
I
Are you going to
will-
buy pills and then ask?
No, no,
ask
ma'am.
her or what?
just maybe I will talk to him or her alone first. Maybe I will, if example, when the class is finished, I will tell her to please
She
stay
just keep
and
quiet. Yes, sometimes hindi mo sila makausap, di ba?
yes, ma'am.
Sige, add up some How are you going? And then nasa school na siya. Umuwi ka na tapos na tayo, ano na tayo, dismiss na tayo, ganun ba? Iwanan mo na lang ba siya doon?
No, no, ma'am. I will talk to her. I will approach her or him.
If you tried already your best and then you cannot still convince her to go home or what? What are you going to do? Because this might happen.
Yes,
Help,
ma'am.
help,
Yes,
pwede
ma'am.
ka
You
mo.
want to help, ma'am?
Maybe. Oh, she was.
There are some that I had research on, and then I think it would be very, very helpful for us like future educators is develop a working and collaborative relationship with the student. Like every day, you must ask the student, "How do you feel?" You can tell to me. You talk softly. Like maybe the student is just waiting for somebody to ask her how she is, because we don't need to wait for them to come to us.
Yes, ma'am.
We can go and approach them how they really feel like that, and then
That's what I said. She's done already.
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Then
and
who's next to
and
to
then
go?
we need to, like for example, she's always late for passing the homeworks, projects like that. Then maybe we can try to accommodate them, to give them some more time, to more like encourage them that they can do it, and I will give you some more time, you can do it.
Actually, ma'am, for me,
And one more is that avoid negative techniques. Avoid the punishments. Because those punishments like sarcasms, like usually we encountered that before with our teachers, like, ano, ikaw na yung teacher. Magpapasa ka na kung kailan mo gusto. Avoid those because it will just trigger them. And then the passive aggression, like the way I said it, it's the passive aggression. And then the it will just like lower their confidence, their self-esteem, so they will shrink more to depression. So we try to avoid those. And then if it's like that,
So that's the precaution. I'm asking her technique.
I will try, ma'am.
Your technique in that case.
Because I am a mother, ma'am. I am a mother, so maybe I need to use my instinct as a mother. I will do it personal with the child. So I will talk to him heart to heart or her. On that way, maybe I can touch what's inside the heart, or because it's actually maybe all of us here is
Nervous.
experienced
Feel-
this kind of depression.
Yes, of course.
Communication is
It's
the
just
number
communication.
one
So
strategy.
So
maybe
that's your answer. You will
yes,
do all your best to convince or to
Yes,
ask
I
the
will
brother
do.
what's happening to you. You will.
if I need to do it personally, I mean, because as an educator, you will be the mother or parent, next parents from your children, for the students. So that will be my way to.
Another thing, you should not forget that in every school there's a counselor.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So
So
that's
we,
the first thing. You have to ask the counselor and also call their parents.
yes,
Because you've done all
all
your
your
part,
parts. Yes,
right?
yes.
You cannot force that we have to
Yes.
go home or you have to go.
Consult
Then you can ask the
psychologist.
counselor and the counselor will be the
Pinaka-last
one to
talaga is
handle.
consult with your
Yes,
school.
counselor.
Yeah. Alright. Go to the next presenter, please.
Banatis, ano na sa anxiety?
Anxiety is the mind and body's reaction to stressful, dangerous, or unfamiliar situation. It's the sense of uneasiness, distress, or dread you feel before a significant event. A certain level of anxiety helps us stay alert and aware. But for those suffering from an anxiety disorder, it feels far from normal. It can be completely debilitating. Here are some signs of anxiety. Physical symptoms are panic attack, shortness of breath, dizziness, a racing heart, sweating, problems sleeping, a churning stomach or stomach ache, pins and needles, feeling lightheaded or dizzy, feeling very thirsty. When it comes to behavior, here are some of the symptoms. Feeling apprehensive or powerless, feeling like something bad is about to happen, the feeling you're in danger, a racing mind, difficulty of concentrating, finding it hard to think, and memory problems. Here are some sample treatment plans for anxiety. The following plans give you an idea about what you can expect from counseling therapy for anxiety. We won't necessarily work on all of these areas, but this gives you a general outline of the types of things we'll do and the order in which we'll approach them.
Can you just enumerate those strategy? Giving them pills or whatsoever, any strategy?
Strategies to cope with the reduce of worrying, overthinking, racing thoughts, and similar symptoms of anxiety. Planning how you can return to doing activities and taking on commitments that you've been avoiding due to anxiety. Helping you learn to tolerate calm anxious feelings or other distressing emotions, moods, or feelings of depression related to your anxiety, and physical symptoms or sensations that often accompany anxiety. Techniques to transform negative thoughts and negative self-talk relative to your anxiety. Exploring the underlying issues contributing to your anxiety, which may include these things such as low self-esteem, lack of confidence, perfectionism, fear of failure, negative or traumatic events from your past. Helping you with any other issues or concerns relative to your anxiety, such as way to reduce and cope with panic attacks, stress, social anxiety, and or health anxiety learning skills related to assertiveness, problem solving, decision making, tolerating anxiety, and others. The length of therapy varies also. There's the 1 to 2, and then the 4 to 6 sessions, 8 to 12 sessions, and then ongoing or occasional.
The most recommended is to have therapy and with different level. Right?
Yes,
It
ma'am.
depends upon the level of depression.
Depression.
So that's
That's anxiety, ma'am.
It's an anxiety.
Anxiety.
So you recommend
Therapy.
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 therapy. How about
Therapy.
the other? Any other depression?
No, this one,
No.
ma'am, is anxiety.
Anxiety only.
They tackle the depression first, ma'am.
Depression and
The one I'm
next.
talking about is anxiety.
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 Anxiety is not kind of depression.
No, ma'am. They're different.
What's their difference?
As the anxiety is the
The feelings.
it's the feeling that we always
The
feel
physical
this
already.
anxiety like when we're like now we're about to present,
Worry.
we worry about it, and then we're
Therapy now.
no, ma'am, every person have as I said a while ago, there's a certain level of anxiety that helps us stay alert and aware. But for those suffering from anxiety disorder, it feels far from normal. It can be completely
Basically,
debilitating.
we are
So it's,
already aware of the depression, anxiety. There's abnormal behavior in short, right?
yes, ma'am.
Causing different factors from our family, environment, whatever factors, butas ang pusa, mga something ganun.
One major reason for depression.
Anxiety.
Based from your research na.
Yes, ma'am.
Based from your research, how are you going to avoid this depression with the presence of these different factors of depression? Paano mo i-handle yung ikaw mismo sa sarili mo? How can you avoid depression?
I seek for help, ma'am. I did.
Seek for help. You run and ask someone.
So
You don't
from
motivate
now-
yourself. You don't do self-motivation,
I did, ma'am. But when I noticed that I'm on the verge of, because the first thing that I had is like I isolated myself.
And then you ask,
It's very hard for me to reach out. Like even though they keep messaging me,
you're not asking help.
no.
So
It's like
opposite. You want to isolate yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Even though they keep messaging me like, how are you? Everything was like they constantly message me, my family, everything. But when if it's my mom who's messaging me, of course I gonna answer everything. It's okay, like this. I don't tell them, but then there's also like the feeling that you don't wanna open up. You just have yourself. You wanna go just all by yourself.
So
That's
it
her
work.
way.
It will, like for example, you're stressed now, and then isolating yourself with solve the problem.
No, it will just worsen it up. Ma'am. That's what the things that they say.
So how you solve that problem? You still approach other because isolating yourself, if you're alone, you
Yes.
can solve the problem. So you really need the presence of others.
Yes.
Oh, see? So in the beginning,
Like the
you started the
failure-
presence of others. So you don't isolate yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you go straight to your friend, your close friend, your parents.
Talk to them.
It's better. It is better to
Yeah.
open.
I don't have a book.
But don't go into private place.
Yeah.
I need someone.
Actually, it is better to open up when you are depressed.
Parang yan lang broken-hearted,
Oh.
Roxanne.
Because it's
Pag
easy
broken
for
hearted,
people
kailangan
who did not
makipag-usap.
suffer, who did not know really about depression. It's very easy to you seek others, you go for others.
no,
But
the
when you're the
person
one
who's-
suffering
Cannot,
from
you cannot.
everything is so hard. Everything is different. You see,
Yes,
you
it's
see
different.
that like the point of view is very different. It's like you
Something.
feel like. If I open up to this person might open up to others, and then people might.
So you have the anxiety already. That is anxiety already. You're thinking the negatives.
The fear of bullying.
Yes.
Fear of
There's
bullying.
that thing
But-
already because if you really don't suffer depression, you don't really get it. We know about the books, we know about what we watch, but when you're the one really suffering, it's different. It's
So
totally different.
You have experience already.
Yes.
And your conclusion. And then what can you advise?
Open up. It's very open up. But you don't
Choose the
choose-
people. You
No.
choose.
Choose a person who understands what you feel, and don't would you say, oh, it's just in your mind, that's okay, never mind it. You're just thinking about. No, it will not help you.
So, in summary, you have
Must-
to open up with
Open up.
Choose a person that will
You can
understand you.
trust.
Don't just open up to anybody
You
because
can
that
trust.
somebody can also
Ah.
put you down. Like,
More
oh, you're just
depression.
thinking about that. Don't think about that. Just
Relax, chill.
Marites sila.
so you need to have choose someone who you can confide.
Sila yung marites. Itong mga marites.
Tayo ng 15 minutes for group 3.
Ano, 15 minutes pa?
Meron pa tayong 20 minutes.